Hello guys, today I'm going to show you how you can use Google Font in your Next.js 13 application. So let's get into it. So right here, I have a folder here. I'm going to create the app we're going to use. So let's initialize our app with npx create next app. And then we're just going to follow the default. Just a little changes. I'm going to call this font app. TypeScript, no. Yes. Lint, yes. Tailwind, yes. Source directory, no. App router, yes. And let's just use the import router. That is not necessary, but you can just go ahead and use it. So we're going to wait for this to initialize. And once it initializes, we'll go straight into it. So basically, let's wait for that to load. So basically, we've created our app. We cd into the font app and open our code editor. So basically, this is code editor. And we have our app initialized. So we have the basic app folder, layout, and the app. So I'm just going to move this to split the screens so that we can see. So we have the app here. Let's run the application. I'm just going to go to terminal. Start with yarn dev. So I'm gonna this here. So basically, Google Font has been incorporated already in Next.js. You can see here we are importing inter from font/Google. So basically, or you can just pull in any font. So usually what you need to do is just go to font.google.com and look for a font that you like there. So you can do that. You can filter out the font here. You can also type something and see. You can say hello world and see how it looks with a font. So let's go ahead and go with this font here, Kenya. So basically, I'm going to bring this to the left here. And our app should be ready by now. I'm going to look out straight out. We have it here. So basically, this is our application here. And you can see the font being injected. I usually don't like this method of injecting it because it limits you to only one method. We are going to see how you can use multiple fonts. So basically, I'm just going to change this to a basic hello world page. So, and oops. Just going to change this to main. And then let's have a H1 here. It should be H1, not H1. So we're just going to duplicate that. Let's have a H1 here. H1. Then hello world. So I'm going to duplicate this. And I'm going to write font changed here. Font changed here. So basically, the way you can do that, we are importing Kenyan. So to do that, you just go and import it from Next/font/Google. So let's search for Kenyan. You'll see it will automatically bring it up Kenyan there. So, and then we need to create a variable to use to reference it. So I'm just going to use small letter Kenyan. Then you create the font, and by invoking it and passing a object to it. So it's passing subset. You can use whatever subset you like. And then also we need to add one more. We need to add some other properties. So here I'm going to add the variable, and in this variable, it's going to be the name we want to use to reference the font. So I'm going to say --font-Kenyan, and then define the weight. So when you go into fonts.google, you will usually see the weights that are available. So for this font, we only have 400 here, you can see. So you can check others also. Just to show you, depending on the font you use, we have different weights for it. So Molly here, let's see. Also, we have I think we have just one. So let me use Roboto instead. Roboto. So you can see for Roboto, you have different weight, medium, 600, 500, 700. But for this specific font here, Kenya, we just have one font weight, which is 400. So basically, to add the 400, it has to be in string format and not integer or any other format. It has to be in string format. So basically, we have Kenyan here. The next thing we want to do is inject it into the body of our application. So here I usually use a backtick so that I can add more than one font if needed. So, and then use interpolation, string interpolation here. So we can attach the Kenyan and say Kenyan.variable here. So once we've done that, we also need to register it in our Tailwind. So immediately after this extend, you create another property here, and you call it font family. So in our font family here, what I usually do is I make it an array field so that you can add more than one or whatever it is you need. And here you need to add the name you initialize, the variable name you initialize it with here, which is font Kenyan. So I'm just going to copy that, go back, and then paste it here. So now I have font Kenyan. I can also add others if I want to. So, but for now, we just have font Kenyan. Okay, so that's a mistake, sorry. So I'll be cutting this. I need to make it a object first of all, and then Kenyan, name the font. So then this is where you make it the name of your font there, which is Kenyan. So this way you can also add multiple objects depending on your use case. So basically, if we go back to our application, let's go back here, and then we can decide to use the Kenyan font here. So to use it, you just need to add the class name, and then you add the name of the font you just added, Kenya. You can save that. So let's take a look at it. Refresh this page. Okay, I think there's a mistake there. So basically, yeah, you need to add a, instead of adding it like that, you should first of all add a var keyword, and then paste that is into it and save it. So basically, you can see that that's changed. So I could also, if I want to use different fonts, let's make use of Roboto. Yeah. So I can import Roboto and create a variable for it. Roboto, say, equals to Roboto subset. So I'm just going to reformat this. Again, right here, let's add the variable name, variable, and then also add the weight. So here, you can make use of 100, but let me show you how you can use multiple weights. So you can just put an angle bracket there, and then add more than, at 700, but it must be an array of string, like I said before. Can add 900 and save that. So, but we are not yet done. Let me put the format this. Format document. So basically, we need to inject this into our HTML. So right here, create a angle bracket and Roboto as variable. Save that. Can also come here and just going to duplicate this, change this to Roboto, and change this to the name for that we use, which is font Roboto here. Need to copy that and replace this font Roboto, save it. So going to just create another Roboto. So Roboto. Gonna save that. And we have an error in our application. Just telling you can see the error here telling us we have available weight, missing weight for Roboto. So let's go back there. You can see there's a mistake there. So I'm just going to do that, wait, save it. So you can see that now we have different fonts. We have the Hello World. Here we have this also. So you can, through this means, you can use multiple fonts. Insert multiple fonts into your application and use multiple fonts with your application. So basically, that brings us to the end of this tutorial. So that has brought us to the end of today's tutorial. See you some other time.